this company that's coming around left and right, and in several articles. The company known as Scripps has been offering networks for different demographics and different perspectives. Anyways, they've gone from reality to African Americans, or anything else, like crime, for instance. This company has even delved into news, but there's been one man that would actually be thanked the most because of this amazing change. Now, what the heck is going on exactly? Well, I'm going to be talking about this man and also the history of the world according to Scripps because, well, there's a lot of stuff from the 2000s to now that's actually going on that we'll get into today because mostly all of this stuff is due to the digital transition because all that stuff came to be in that time. Anyways, with all these amazing stories, Scripps included, let's dive deep into the first piece of evidence, which is actually going to be the Bounce TV issue that may cause how the programming changes, how the actual company is. So, recently in a Scripps article, there was a update or something according to CNBC.com that actually being that it was a network dedicated to black and African Americans and stuff, this network could be sold in the future to another company of interest. Now, we don't know what the company is as of now, but maybe it could be what happened months ago to Paramount when they decided they wanted to sell Bet to many different companies, but then they rejected it because obviously they're cable. They don't. But we're not for cable. We're for the free TV gang right here. And if you want to be part of the ALPuP army, you know what to do. Anyways, moving on, I have a lot more stuff to talk about when it comes to this. Not just the fact that Bounce TV wants to be sold, but there was actually a competitor in terms of this network, or at least there is a competitor now, and that's Dabble TV. Dabble TV was originally a lifestyle programming network that is now owned by Weigel Broadcasting and has CBS running an operation kind of through CBS Network. Now, Dabble moved over to black sitcoms and, as an article stated, as a UPN clone because, well, other than UPN's Star Trek that made them famous in like the 1990s, they ended up switching over to black sitcoms, which I guess was apparently their freaking survival until 2006. Anyways, moving on to another issue that I like to call the Scripps Cats issue. It's honestly because of the fact that there's a new competitor on the rise, thanks to Jonathan Katz. Once again, a person I talked about in this video. I will link it in the description too, but seriously, he was the one that honestly got everything together in life, and he owned this new company called Free TV Network. I talked about them in that video too, but he was also the former owner of Katz Broadcast. Just another note, I just realized that they rebranded Katz Broadcasting to Scripps Network, so what the? Anyways, Free TV Network just shared an update that they were going to be adding a new network upon their collection called Dare TV that is apparently a Defy TV copycat. Now, if you don't know what Defy TV is, you should hopefully know what it is by now. Defy TV was started by Scripps in 2021 due to the acquisition of Ion Media, which we lost networks like Hubo and, well, ALPuP, even though ALPuP joined the streaming universe. Moving on, we lost many amazing cartoons over the year. Jonathan Katz thinks that he's going to be able to get himself to compete against Defy TV, but is that really true? I'm not sure. I'm not the one that's really here for him or against him. He just thinks that his new independent company will be able to expand the lineup and content for the general public in the future. And then he also stated that his mission will hopefully build the antenna audience from 35 million homes currently to about 50 million by 2027. That's like a jump to 15 million more homes in 3 years from now, actually, as I'm recording this. So he thinks that he'll be able to get through this and be able to share all the amazing shows and stuff. You gotta realize that the same lineup is also the same thing as Defy TV. So it's gonna be like American Pickers, Pawn Stars, Alone, you know, all the like men related stuff. So he's targeting men. Also forgot to mention he obviously had owned the 365 and Outlaw, which were mentioned in the video, like I said. So, check that out when you can. Anyways, we're moving on to the third and final piece of evidence on why I think this man totally changed how Scripps is switching up everything. And this is a strange one, honestly. I talked about the CW issue. If you remember that, great. If not, check it out, and I will link it as well, because that is an important video to start with before you get introduced here to this one specific CW issue. So the CW was its own network, merged between UPN and the WB in 2006. In 2022, 2023-ish, it got bought by Nexstar Media. Now, Nexstar Media is a big company, and they are for them freaking big dollar bills, baby. So they're gonna, take the CW. They also tore off the word "the" in CW, so now it's just CW Network. Thanks a lot. Anyways, that is one of the changes. They added sports as well. I also talked about Scripps Sports, and how many networks became independent because of that. And it's crazy because Scripps is doing all this stuff, but it's not just them. It's because of Jonathan Katz, because he made them make big decisions in the life that they did. And there's no doubt that when it came to CW getting removed from CBS-owned stations last year, and then next thing you know, becoming independent stations later on, the same thing's happening to Scripps networks with CW or CW Plus networks. They're switching over to independents. Now, why is that? Or CW affiliates. That could be different, because it depends on the market that you're living in. So, let me just list a few markets. Whether you're in Tucson, Detroit, Miami, Norfolk, Lafayette, whatever. All these primary and secondary CW affiliates are going to either switch over to independent or become CW affiliates later on. Now, like I said, I already told you over a million times, this is owned by Scripps. So, to summarize, why do I think that this man is really changing the game in terms of what he's doing to a lot of the audiences out there? Why do I think that Jonathan Katz is just changing the world that we know? Well, it's because of the fact that he had created Katz Broadcasting, now Scripps Networks, he had left his mark, honestly. And next thing you know, he decided to let Scripps buy his content. Now he's on his own. He has had many years, many news articles about him and experience, so he clearly has enough information to back his experience up, that he knows how to create networks. He knows how to create them for free. He knows how to make it good. Think about your favorite YouTuber. They know how to make their good content. Just like me, I know how to make my good content. Maybe not all the time, but I'm a starter. We're all there. We're all gonna be there. So we're gonna be keeping up on the news of all this stuff. I'll be eventually finding out when and where you can watch Defy TV's new competitor, Dare TV. That link will eventually be in the description. Not right now, because obviously I don't have the information. But in the meantime, whatever this video is, I want you to watch it. I don't have time to finish, so I'm glad that I got to talk about this and get this stuff spat out of my mouth.